Hello, hi, can you hear me? Hello, hello, my name is Anna, and nice to see you today. Hello, 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 hi, 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 hello, hi. So we keep waiting for the rest. Today's webinar is going to be in English. So let's wait for other people until they log in, and we are going to start. The first webinar today is going to be about 5 ways of expressing future. So today in my webinar, I will tell you a few words about expressing future in English, and I will tell you hello, everyone. Yes, I don't know. Have you got any technical difficulties? Is everything okay? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything, it seems to look okay? If, yeah, hi. Below you have, of course, the chat box. So if anything goes wrong, just let me know while writing that something. Okay, everything is great. Thank you, Dan. Today in my webinar, I decided to tell you a few words about future, and it's going to be about grammar. This week it's full of actually grammar. So I have decided to choose that topic, even though advanced students seem to have they believe that they don't have any problem when it comes to future forms. But in my opinion, no matter how high you are and how good your knowledge is, there are always constructions and some misunderstanding when it comes to future forms. So we will start with a short quiz, then I will write down a few examples with different constructions. So we will discuss each form, and there will be, of course, a possibility for you to participate in our chat box and share your opinions. And you have the webinar will take 30 minutes. You have the chat box, so if anything goes wrong and so on, just let me know and write down that that something goes wrong. So as I mentioned, it's high time to start. Look at my riddle. Actually, maybe maybe before I show you my riddle, my question to you. I wrote that there are 5 ways of expressing future in English. Can you think of and name in the chat box different possibilities? Which constructions do we use if we want to express future? Can you just list them? Because I somehow helped you while saying that it's going to be 5, but what are the possible constructions of expressing the future? Can you write down in the chat box the ideas? What do we use to talk about future? Which constructions? Have you got any ideas? Okay, I keep waiting for your answers in the chat box. So if you, I will be, okay, so will, this is one construction. What else? I am going to, okay, so will, going to. In Polish, of course, we have one construction. Like yesterday I had the webinar about past, and we agreed that there are 6 ways of expressing past. Okay, so you said will, going to, what else? Any other constructions? Any other ideas? Would like is more like I would like to drink coffee, so it's more like formal construction, but okay, what else? So let's look at my examples then, because I have prepared you look at my examples. I will clean my room. I'm about to clean my room. I'm going to clean my room. I'm cleaning my room. I clean my room today at 7 o'clock. So it's 6 o'clock and I tell you, I clean my room today at 7 o'clock. These are just, there are of course more constructions that we use to talk about future, but I listed those that are the most common. So let's have a look at it, and let's try to name those constructions. Yes, present continuous, you are right. In a minute I will tell you why and which construction we use to talk about what. So I will concentrate on it very carefully. And we have, look, 5 constructions. So it's future simple, so this will. The construction to be about to do something. This is second construction. Third construction is to be going to do something. Then we have fourth construction, which is present continuous. And the last but not least, I mean, there are still more, is present simple. So as I mentioned at the beginning of my webinar, expressing future in English might be very confusing, no matter how high is your language, because we also have, I don't want to comment today on future perfect continuous, and so on, because it's I think too complicated. But very often, as I said, even though students are advanced and their level is really high, they still have some doubts when it comes to appropriate use of future forms. That's why today we are gonna start with describing those 5 points that I presented. So let's begin with future simple. So we know it as will. And look at my examples. So future simple we use when we talk about spontaneous decisions at the moment of speaking. So can you think of any spontaneous decision? For example, I'm telling you, I am hot, so how will you answer? I'm telling, let me write you in the chat box, I'm telling you that I'm hot. So what can you say? If it's gonna be spontaneous decision, you will tell me what? If I tell you I'm hot, you answer? I'm writing down, I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. So if you can write down what your answer is, I would be great. So I'm saying, oh my God, it's so hot here. And you will answer me what? Drink a water. Okay. But I'm talking about spontaneous decisions. So think of the answer where we use this future simple. Maybe you should correct it like maybe you will drink a water. Maybe you will drink some water. Or I will buy you water, exactly like Małgorzata. I'm going to open the window is incorrect in that case, because I will open the window. It's a spontaneous decision. So saying in Polish, tutaj mamy, proszę, słuchajcie, spontaniczną decyzję, czyli mówię, jest mi gorąco, okej, to otworzę ci okno. So nie zamierzam, nie planuję. We are not talking about plans, we are talking about spontaneous decisions. So if I say I'm hot, you will tell me I will open the window. This is the first use of future simple. So spontaneous decisions usually at the moment of speaking. Second use is weak chances that something will happen. Usually, this weak chances means about 30% of probability. So I will go on holidays. I don't think so. If I say I will go on holidays, it means that probably I won't, because these are weak chances. And the most common use is when we talk about promises, offers, and hopes. So in such phrases like I will always love you, I promise I will help you, I promise I won't tell it to anyone, I will take your bags. You see me carrying bags and you say, okay, I will help you. I will quit smoking. Yes, Małgorzata. If it's promise, if you keep promising, or weak probability when it comes to smoking. It might be promise, it might be weak possibility. Yes, so I will quit smoking one day, but I don't know when, for example. Or I promise I will quit smoking, you won't see me with a cigarette. So this is about future simple. And so far so good. So the second construction is to be about to. And the movie is about to start. This is not so common structure, and we use it when we talk about near future. So if something is gonna happen quite soon, and this is the first thing. Second thing, we use it when things are going to happen very soon, in close future, when we talk about formal language and formal constructions. And this is very important to remember that there is no negative form. So there is no negation. And the movie is about to start, which means that it's gonna start in like a minute for 100%. Okay, so construction like going to. I'm going to cook dinner, or I'm going to play football. It's going to rain soon. Any ideas? When do we use construction going to? Can you write down in your chat box when do we use the construction going to if we talk about what? I'm waiting for your answers, so please write down the ideas in the chat box. I'm going to speak English fluently. Okay, good. Or you should say I'm speaking English. So 100, I'm about to speak. So if you say I'm about to speak. Okay, so going to, we used to talk about plans. What kind of plans? Because will was about weak possibility, that something is gonna happen, but not for sure. Intentions, Daria wrote, zamierzenia, plans, okay. I'm going to, not traveling, I'm going to travel. Remember that to is infinitive. To is infinitive, so we always, after to, we have ing. Okay. Some nearest plans Michał wrote, when we are planning to do something in near future. Okay, more or less. Good, but not necessarily, and this is not the end. So we talk about plans, future plans, and this is plus minus around 75% of chances. Remember, I told you I will go on holidays. I can also tell you I'm going to, so look at my examples. I will go on holidays. This is first example. And second example says, I'm going to travel, for example. So to travel. I'm going to travel, yes. And when I say I will go on holidays, it's like around 30% of chances that it will happen. If I say I'm going to travel, it's gonna be about 75%. Second example that I wrote you is like prediction based on evidence. And when we are sure, we say what? If I have hotel, if I book my hotel, if I have a reservation, and so on and so forth, what do I say? What form? If I have hotel, if I have everything, then I say, can I ask you to write down the idea? Okay, I'm going, I'm traveling. I'm going, or I go. No, I go on holidays. It's like you go every day. I go to, no, I'm going on holidays. So if you say I'm gone, present continuous, I will in a minute discuss that and explain you that present continuous, because normally during the courses, at the beginning especially, you learn that, yes, I'm going, as Daria said, I'm going to my holidays. Normally when we start courses, we teach students that present continuous we will use to talk about situation that is happening now in this moment. So I am sitting now, I am watching TV now, I am playing computer games in this moment. So continues to talk about now, but not necessarily also to talk about future fixed arrangements. So future that is 100% sure, but it's going to be in a second. So I will discuss that. Let's concentrate now on going to form. So future plans, yes, 75% of chances. Predictions based on evidence. What is it? Can you give me the idea of predictions based on evidence? For example, I look out of the window, I see that there are clouds, and I say it's going to rain. Yeah, I look out of the window, it's cloudy, and I say it's going to rain. I look at the, for example, this is my bottle. I look at the bottle and it's like this, and you say, oh, watch out, it's gonna fall down, for example. So if you see the evidences, if you see that something is gonna happen, then predictions based on evidence. In Polish, if you translate it, to są takie przypuszczenia oparte na dowodach. But this is a name taken from the book. So usually it's like if you see something, oh my God, he's gonna fall. He's going to fall. Okay, so this is about going to and construction going to. So plans, predictions, and the next construction was, as we started somehow, look at this. Tomorrow I'm flying to Italy. So when we use present continuous, we talk about 100% of probability. We know that something will happen for sure. We talk about plans and fixed future. So actually with these holidays, you can say, I'm going on holidays, I'm traveling on holidays, I'm going to travel, and I will travel. So it's up to the context and it's up to the chances and probability of happening. So far, so good. We have one more phrase and one more use. So present simple. Have you got any other any ideas when do we use present simple? Look at my examples. I have a train tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So present simple to talk about future. We use when we mean what. Can you write down your ideas in the chat box, please? Timetable, agenda, and schedule. What does it mean? Can I ask you to write down your ideas in the chat box, please? Exact time. Okay, yes. Exact time. So it's like about timetable. So always remember, it's not. It's about exact time, as Agata proposed. So tomorrow I have something is usual, always never. Yes, I have dinner at 5 p.m. Yes, because this is our plan. It's somehow agenda, it's schedule. Tomorrow I have a meeting. We start at 8, at 9 we have coffee, at 10 we discuss this issue, at 11 we talk about that. So when we talk about schedule up to pronunciation, when we talk about agenda, when we talk about plans, and when we talk about timetable. So remember that present construction, present simple, we use in that cases. Okay, so far so good. So I have presented you actually 5 constructions that we use to express future, and I have activity for you. Look at my ideas, and I want you to write me in the chat box what does each sentence or each sentence applies to particular rules, and I would like you to write me what are the rules. So to begin with, number 1, my bus leaves at 4. This is what construction have we used here? Can I ask you to write down the construction that we used in the present simple? Okay. So exercise 1, we used present simple, and we used this present simple to talk about, no, not present perfect. Number 1 correct option is present simple. Okay, and what type of use is it? Is it about agenda? Is it about, yes, but you are right. So it is present simple, and present simple we used to talk about what? In that case, my bus leave, okay, to talk about timetable. Very good. So when we talk about timetable. Number 2. Here, okay, more I would say timetable, because it's about bus, train, plane, it's usually timetable. Number 2, I promise I will study for a test. This is what construction? I promise I will study for a test. This is? Can I ask you to write down again in the chat box? Future simple, okay. And the use is, so this is future simple, and future simple we used to talk, okay, about what in that case? Because I told you promises, yes, promises. So when we have, Daria is right, when we have fixed expressions like I promise I will love you, I promise I will do it, I promise I will go somewhere, so promises, offers, and yes, all of you, great. So weak chances, promises, offers, and hopes. I hope I will see you tomorrow. Number 3, it's going to rain today. This is what construction? Number 3, it's going to rain today. It's? What kind of construction have we got here? Prediction, but exactly, Daria, perfectly written, good. This is not present continuous, Agnieszka. This is construction to be going to. It's not present continuous. Even if it looks like. Construction is called to be going to, and as one of you, it was, let me have a look, it was Daria, one of you wrote, it's prediction based on evidence. So I'm looking out of the window, I see the clouds, and I keep saying, oh, it's gonna rain today. And fourth, it's I will help you. So this is which construction? I will help you. Let's concentrate on this one. I will help you. This is which construction? I will help you. Okay, this is future simple, and we use this to talk about what? Spontaneous decisions. Yes, I see somebody, Marcela Supek. I see somebody carrying bags, heavy bags, old lady, and I say, wait a minute, I will help you. Or I see, this is, remember that example when you said, I'm hot. So you say, I will open the window. And how about the fifth one? So he is about to future simple intentions. Intentions or simply spontaneous decisions or offers. So you offer some help. The last one, he's about to win the race. This is which construction? He is about to win the race. What construction is it? He is about to win the race. To be about to. And in which context we can? Near future, yes, but imagine the context that what? We have, for example, 5 horses running and we say, oh, this one, he is about, and about animals, we can say he or she if we are, by the way, if we are in close contact with the animal. So he is about to win. It means that the person is close to finish and we say he is about to win. In that case, good. So far, so good. So very nice. Congratulations. So it's time slowly to wrap up our lesson and tell me if you have any, if you have got any ideas, if you have got any doubts that you would like to ask me. So it's high time to do it now. Have you got any doubts? I don't see any questions. If you have, you can write down in the chat box, so I will try to answer. If not, we go on further. So today I have presented you 5 ways of expressing future in English. I showed you different rules. Why do we use a particular construction? And I also provided you with different examples. So there was a lot of interaction. And you expressed your ideas in the chat box. And there was also quiz. So I presented you questions and together we discussed the rules and the use of the following examples. Moreover, we had you had the examples and you had somehow you provided me with the grammatical rules. So 5 ways of expressing future. This was today. And thank you very much for taking part in today's webinar. I have also some questions to you. So the first one is, was the webinar useful? If I can ask you for giving me the honest. Okay, so most of you answered that yes. I'm glad to hear that. Great. And the second question is if you would like to take part in events, similar events. So also I would like you to answer to this question. Okay, great. So most of you, I see that you enjoy the webinars, especially as I keep repeating grammatical one. So remember that we are in social media and you can follow us. And thank you very much. This is not the end of today's webinars because in a minute I will switch into different channel in Tutlos TV and I'm going to present you the differences between gerunds and infinitive. So stay with me and we are going on further with grammar exercises. Thank you for today's webinar and just I'm gonna change the rooms and we are seeing in a minute. Thank you very much. Those who don't stay with us, have a nice evening, and if you stay, I'm waiting for you in the second room. Thank you and see you in a second.